Good morning, everyone, and welcome you all back to Web Technology classes for third year, sixth sem students with you. So, my name is Puneet, and we will see the next topic in this session. So, in this session, we are going to talk about HTML elements as well as the another topic called as HTML formatting. Okay. So, first, let us check out about HTML elements. So, an HTML file is made of elements. Okay, so these elements are responsible for creating web pages and define content in that web page. So an element in HTML usually consists of a start tag and the close tag, that is the end tag. Okay, and also it consists of the content inserted between them. So technically, when I do talk about this, so an element is a collection of start tag, attributes, end tag, content between them. So here is an example you can observe on the screen. So herewith I am just writing a paragraph using the P tag. So P tag is started here. This is the content, that is hello world, and this is the close tag for the paragraph. So this complete thing, whatever that you are observing, so this complete will form a HTML element. It will form a HTML element. Okay, right. So basically, some elements does not have end tag and content. So these elements are termed as empty elements or self-closing elements, or sometimes we call them as void elements. Okay, so let us check out this figure which explains regarding the HTML element. So this figure we already went through it during our previous session. Okay, so basically element can be stated as the element is stated as containing with the start tag, content, and the end tag. So again, start tag we can include attributes and its value, attributes as well as its value. Okay, so content, anything that we want to insert within my web page, and the end tag, right. So let us check out with an example program. So for that, let me go to my folder where I saved my file. So here you can see this is an example program. So let me open the source code of it. Open with Notepad. Okay. So whatever that there being available in the HTML document, everything is an element. So it starts from here up till ending till here. Everything is an element. Okay. So this line doc type HTML, this is an element wherein it defines the type of the file. Okay, then it is a start tag of the HTML, this is the end tag of the HTML. So whatever the things available within the HTML document code, everything is an HTML element. So here I am not going to insert any title, so I am not including any, it's an empty header tag. So better if you don't want to use any title for a particular document, so better no need to include the header tag, just directly you can use the body tag within a HTML document. So within the body, I'm going to just check out how can I explain clearly, like how it is being represented. Okay, right. So let me check out. Sorry. Open with Notepad. So here I am using two things. So header 1, that is h1, that is heading to h2. Okay, So here also I am using the title, that is web page number 1, web page 1. So here is what I can say. So here is what I can say. I will get the title at the leftmost upper corner, the name of the document, name of the file what I am executing, that is web page number 1, and within the body I will get 2 headings. So my HTML element will start from h1 and it will end up till the closing tag. So everything is a HTML element. So in the same case, when I do consider the whole document, so it starts from here and it ends till here. Okay, so this is what HTML element. So if in a single line, if I do it, I want to check it out. So this is also an HTML element. Okay, right. So all the content written between the body elements are visible on the web page. That is obviously. So next thing, we also checked out in a note that some elements does not have end tag and content. So these elements are termed as empty elements. Okay, or these also called as self closing elements, or these are called as void elements. So let us discuss something about these void elements. Okay, so these void elements, wherein all the elements in HTML do not require to have the start tag and the end tag. So some elements does not have content and end tag. Such elements are called as void elements or else empty elements. So these elements are called as even as unpaired tags. These elements are also called as unpaired tags. So here in the example, you can observe that BR tag, it represents a line break. So this is an unpaired tag wherein we don't have any closing tag for BR. Similarly, HR, it represents the horizontal line. Okay, so these are some examples for HTML elements which are void elements, Okay, so next let us understand about the nested HTML elements. So HTML elements can be nested, which means an element can contain another element. So let us check out how can I do that. So this better example we can do, check it out once we go with the upcoming topics. There nested ordering of the index will be there, so we will understand there. Okay, no need to worry right now. Okay, we will move to the next topic. So here further, to have a default display and styling, we can again divide the elements into 2 categories. Okay, for default display and styling purpose in HTML, we can divide the elements, HTML elements, into 2 categories. So first one is block level element and another one is inline element. Okay, first one is block level element and another one is inline element. So now let us check in detail what are these two. Okay, so block level elements, so these are the elements that structures the main part of the web page. Okay, so by dividing a page into coherent blocks, so these elements structurizes the main part of the structurizes as the main part of the web page. So these divides the page into coherent blocks. Means the blocks means what? It is having some set of source and destination, wherein I can say it starts from here, it will end here. Okay, so the block level element starts with the new line. It starts with a new line and takes the full width of the web page, right, starting from the left to right. Okay, so some of the examples what we can just check it out. What are the different tags which represents the block level elements? So these are address, article, aside, canvas, dd tag, div tag, dl tag, dd tag. Okay, don't worry regarding that, we will just check out regarding them in the upcoming topic, what does each of these tags represent. Anyway, we will write various different programs. During that we will come to know what these tags actually mean like. Okay, so once let us check out with an example program. Okay, so for that I need to go back to my notepad. So here is an example program to check out with an block level element, So here I was not representing any heading, so I removed it. So I am only having the body part. Okay, so right here I am using one of the example block level HTML tag, that is div. Okay, div represents division. Okay, it represents what? It represents the division. So here I am using CSS style, that is a background color that is represented as a light blue. Okay, so this light blue background is for the division of the first line, starting from the left, finishing up till the rightmost throughout the web page. Okay, so here in the content part I am including like this is the first division. Okay, next we will see that the next line, this is the second division, is represented with the background color as light green, and next this is a block level element is one of the paragraph, so this is represented with the background color like pink. So once we execute our code, this is the output what we can observe. So this is since starting from here up till the end, this is what a block, from left to rightmost part up till the end of the web page. So this is called as one block. So that's what I made it print like this is the first division. Next, this is the second division represented with the light green, first line represented with the light blue, and last line it represented with the pink color. Okay, so this is how I can just justify like usage of the blocks. Okay, next, type of HTML element categorization what we can observe is inline elements. So inline elements are those elements which differentiate the part of a given text and provide it a particular function. Okay, it differentiates the part of the given text and provide it a particular function. It means what? If it is like something important within a line of the HTML page, so that can be marked up with an inline element. Okay, so these elements does not start with a new line, and it will take width as per the requirement. So if I want to mark a particular statement, that much part I can just mark it, not like a block level element starting from the leftmost of the web page line to the rightmost of the end of the web page. Okay, not like that. So I can specifically say if I want to mark up only single word within a statement, so I can just mark up like that. So that is what an example like how can I say it's an inline element, inline. So the meaning of the word itself will say. Okay, so some of the example tags wherein I can observe inline elements are, so A, anchor tag, ABBR, that is abbreviation, acronym. B tag, that is used for bolding the particular font or a word. That button tag is there, code. Okay, some more examples are there available which we will definitely use in the upcoming programs, and then you can see that what are their different functionalities. Okay, now let us check out with an inline elements with an example program. So I have already done with an example program, I have written it. Just let me open it so as to save the time. Okay, so this is an example program for an inline element. So here the anchor tag I am using, so basically we already came to know regarding anchor tag when we were discussing about the HTML attributes. So here attribute what I am using with anchor tag is href. So this attribute will help me to go to the particular link whatever I am marking it for. So the link what I am marking is www.javadpoint.com. So the name for that particular reference is sample web page. So once I do execute this, I will just get a sample web page displayed on the screen, and then once I click it, it will take me to the destination address, that is https://www.javadpoint.com. Okay, so next is what I am using a span inline element with the style as a CSS attribute. Okay, so herein I am giving a light background color as light blue. So you can just check it out. It will display like this is an inline element. This is an inline element. So this content will be displayed with the light blue. The rest of the things like this will take a width of a text only. It will be not printing in light blue. So just let's check it out. The execution of this. So let me go and double click on this. You will get the file. So here you can see sample web page. Once I do make my mouse pointer move on it, since it is an anchor tag which will help us to link to the particular web page. So herein you can see there is a change of the mouse pointer even. Okay, now since I am not online, maybe I may not lead myself to the particular destination, that is javatpoint.com. so it might show internet connection not available. So once let me click it. So here it is showing the site can't be reached as because internet connection is not available. Okay, so next is that it is inline element. So let me just make this like for comparative reasons. So here you can see I am not using any break statement here. Okay, so everything is what it is displaying in the same line. So a web page, this is in the same line as you can observe in the first line, and again you can see this is an inline element. So this is what the next statement using what inline element, that is span. Okay, so this is allowing me to keep only the specific part of the statement to be highlighted as because it might be very important for some particular reason. Okay, so this is marked as light blue background. So here you can see this complete text, that is this inline element, is marked with blue, and the rest of the things like sample web page, it is what a hyperlink. It is a hyperlink. Okay, see that every different words have their own meaning. So we can just check it out. If I want to mark that is very important, then I can go with an inline element. Okay, right. So next, let us understand about HTML formatting. So HTML formatting is a process of formatting text for better look and feel. Okay, so HTML provides us an ability to format text without using CSS. Okay, so there are many formatting tags in an HTML. So these tags are used to take like example like bold, making the text bold, like italicized, or else like underlined. So these are there are almost 14 options available. Okay, there are almost 14 options available for HTML formatting. Okay, so in HTML the formatting tags are divided into categories. Like we can further divide these formatting tags into two categories. Like first one, physical tag. So physical tags, what it states that these tags are used to provide the visual appearance to the text. These tags are used to provide the visual appearance to the text. So what about the logical tag? So these tags are used to add some logical or semantic value to the text. Okay, these tags are used to add some logical or semantic value to the text. So let us check out in brief these 14 options that are being made available for HTML formatting. So before that, we have a note that there are some physical and logical tags which may give same visual appearance, but they will be different in semantics. That is what. Okay, right. So these are what. Next, let us check out with these 14 HTML formatting tags. So among that, first one is B. Okay, first one is B. So this B tag, this is a physical tag. It means what? It is helping me, it is helping us to check out with the physical appearance, not with the logical or semantic value. So first tag is what? B. So this is a physical tag used to bold the text written between it. Bold the text written between it. Next is strong tag. So this is a logical tag that tells the browser that the text is very important. Okay, Next one is I. So this is a physical tag which is used to make a text in a italic form. Next one is EM. So this is a logical tag which is used to display the content in italic way. Okay. Then mark. So this tag is used to highlight the text, whatever that I want to do it. Okay. So we do usually have an habit of highlighting the text of which is of important once we are reading our textbooks or notes. So in the same way, while displaying something important content in the web page, then I can use the mark tag to highlight certain text which is of more important. Okay. And next one is U tag. So this tag is used to underline the text whatever that is being written in between. Okay. Next is TT tag. So this tag is used to type the text in a teletype. Okay, in a teletype. So basically this is not supported in HTML5 version. Okay, right. So the next tag what is there available is strike tag. So this tag is used to draw a strike through on a section of text which is that I don't want to show it as that much of important. So just it will make the line on the statement. It will make a line on the statement. It will make a strike on the statement. Okay. Next is SUP tag. So it displays the content slightly above the normal line, like superscripts. Okay. So 2 raised to something power of 3. So 3 is what a superscript, which is just slightly above the normal line, that is with the 2. The next is subscript, subscript. So it displays the content slightly below the normal line. So there, whenever like an example, we can say logarithmic of base 10. So logarithmic value of base 10. So how we can represent? Log will be in the normal line, 10 will be slightly below down, slightly below the normal line. The next tag is what? A del tag. So this tag is used to display the deleted content from the web page. Next is insert. So this tag displays the content which is added other than the element what is been deleted. The next is a big tag. So this tag is used to increase the font size by 1 unit, by 1 conventional unit. So if I have a normal text with a normal font, then if I use the big tag for particular set of statement, it will make that statement by the size, it will increase the font size by 1 conventional unit. Okay. Next, small. So this tag is used to decrease the font size by 1 conventional unit as that of the base font size. Okay. So let us check out all these tags with an example program. So let me take you to that example program. Okay. So open with Notepad. So here you can see all the different 14 types of HTML formatting elements I have just included within one document. So first one is what? A normal thing, wherein I am including with the h1 header tag. Okay, heading tag. Okay, so it will print in very big in a standard way, that is the explanation of the formatting elements. So basically I am representing the title as formatting elements itself. So next is what I am using B tag for a particular paragraph. So this will represent the first paragraph in a bold text. So next is what I am using strong tag. So here in this you can just observe that this is an important content. So this will be marked up with some different way, and the next statement, and this is normal content, it will be in a normal way. Okay, just you can verify later on once I do execute this code. So next is what? I tag. It will help me to italicize the particular font which is there in between. So here the first paragraph in italic text, it will be printed in italic way. Okay, next is EM tag. So this is an important content wherein I want to mark up or highlight something. So here again, next this is displayed in the italic font. Okay, the text what I want to keep it as important, so that I want to display in italic way. The rest of the things will be in the normal font. Fine. So here I am taking another one header line, that is with h2, but here I am making the mark like the statement I want to put a mark on your face. So there is a word called as mark, so I want to highlight this, so I'm using the mark tag here. I'm using the mark tag. So next is what I want to print a paragraph which should be underlined, so that's what I'm using the U tag here. Next is what I want to print a statement wherein I need to get a strike on the statement, so I'm using strike tag. So other than that, next I want to have a statement wherein I can just observe two different font size in the same line. So hello will be printed normally, and the next statement, write your first program in monospaced font. So teletype, that is TT tag, will help me to get the complete statement within which it will be printed in the monospaced font. Okay, rest of the other font will be in a normal way. Next, it is a superscript tag, that is SUP. So here you can observe hello tag, that is hello word will be printed normally, and the next statement, that is write your first paragraph in superscript, that will be lifted little bit above other than the normal font. So next is what subscript. So subscript, here again write your first paragraph in subscript will print little bit below to the normal line. Okay, next is del tag, it will display what that is being deleted in the paragraph. Next is what insert, so it will print the line that is to be inserted, other than that the deleted element. So next tag what we are just checking out is regarding the big. So here you can observe the hello will be printed normal, but the statement write your paragraph in large font will be printed in the one conventional point size high. Okay, or it is more, right? It will be little bit larger with one conventional point other than the normal font. Okay, next here I am using a small tag which will help me to reduce the font size by one conventional unit, So let us execute this program and check out what might be the output. Okay, right. So to execute, just simply do click twice. Here you can see all the 14 tags, how they are getting affected. So let me get that program here so that we can compare it very carefully. Okay, so first line is what it is heading with H1, so it is printing explanation of the formatting elements. So next is what, next is using the bold tag, so it will make the normal font as a bold. It is first paragraph is in bold text. So the next statement is what, strong. So here this is an important content, it will be printed in the bold, and the rest of the statement, that is and this is normal content, will be in the normal form only. Next statement what I am using is I. Okay, so italic. Okay, so the first paragraph in italic text, here you can see everything of the paragraph is in the italic form. So next is what, and this is an important content. So this statement within the line will be printed in the italic way using the EM tag. So rest of the things like which are not included in the EM tag, which is displayed in italic font, will be in the normal way. Next is I am using H2, and also you can observe I have used a mark tag. So as I said, it will help me to mark the important content. So here mark statement is printed in yellow format. It is printed in yellow format. Okay, so next underline tag, so it is going to underline the statement whatever I am trying to print. So next is what, a strike tag, so it is going to put a strike on the particular line where I am using the strike tag. So next is a teletype tag, that is TT tag, so it will convert the statement with monospaced font, so whatever that we are included within. Next is what, superscript tag. So as I said, superscript tag will help me to elevate above with 1 unit other than the normal font. So here you can see hello, write your first paragraph in superscript. So this is what little bit elevated above other than the normal word. So next is what, subscript, that is using SUB. So here what it is mean, that it is going to print the other words in the lower subscript. Okay, so next is what, a delete tag. So delete tag will help me to delete the content of the particular file. Okay, So here in delete your first paragraph will help you to get a strike. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use insert tag. So what I want to insert, so that is being represented in the underlined word, that is write another paragraph, write another paragraph. Okay, right. So next is what we are using the big tag. So big tag, what it will do, it will represent the word with one conventional unit high, font size as one conventional unit high. So you can see hello is in a normal way. Next statement continuing, write your paragraph in large font will increase the font with one conventional unit high. So next tag what we used is the small tag. So small tag will help me to reduce the font size by one conventional unit, right? So these are various HTML formatting elements, right? Okay, so we will continue our session. In the next session we will study with table. We will start with the HTML table. So we will wind up this session now. So have a nice day, take care, bye bye.